Hi there. The last video I put out, I showed how I made the supports and used them to hang my green screen. And I'm a little surprised at how well it was received. In fact, I had two guys ask me if I would do a little more detail explaining how the green screen works. So I'm going to do that today. Now, if you've watched my videos before, you've seen me before standing behind my workbench here. You've seen my shop wall behind me, seen the dust collector bags over here, table saw just a corner of it over here, my drill press back behind me, all those kinds of things. Well, the difference today is none of those things are there. Right now, I'm standing in front of my green screen and I'm using some other images to make it look like those are there. And what I want to do is I want to explain to you how this works. So most of this I'm going to spend the time at the computer. Now, one of the things that's going to be different is my voice. When I speak to the camera, it picks up my voice and it sounds like this. The microphone I use, which is on a headset while I'm at the computer, I get a whole different voice coming out of there for some reason. I guess one of them is not accurate, and I don't even know which one it is because my voice doesn't sound to me like it sounds to you. Apparently we're all like that. So now I want to take you up to the computer and show you the software that I use and how it's used. I use Adobe Premiere Pro version CS6. It's an older version. I've had it for quite a few years. It still does everything I want, but I don't think it's available for sale anymore. These days, if you want Adobe Premiere Pro, you have to get the CC version, and it's no longer for sale, it's for rent. It's a subscription-based thing. I'm not sure how much it is a month, but I like having my stuff owned. I don't like renting, and my version does everything I want it to do. So let's go to the computer and see if I can explain to you how this green screen works.
What you see here is the window that I'm looking at when I'm using Premiere Pro. Now, I have selected a few things here that I'm going to use for this demonstration, and the first thing I'm going to drag in is the photo of the shop wall. And as you see, it shows up in here. I don't need to worry about it at all in any way because there's no green screen to worry about with it. It is the back of this montage. Next thing I'm going to bring in is the workbench photo, and this does have a green screen involved in it. And what I want to do is take that out so I can see the wall behind it. Now, this is not a tutorial for Adobe Premiere Pro. I only know maybe 1% of how to use this, tops. I'm just going to show you the parts I use to take care of the green screen. So the first thing I'll do is make sure I've highlighted that one. I'll go to Effects, and I want something that's called the Ultra key. So I just start typing it in and it shows up down here. I will double click on Ultra key, which brings it up in here. Now I'm going to use this color picker, and you can see this little box change as I go over different colors. So I'm going to find in these greens something that I think is about the middle shade, and I will click on that. And now you see the green disappear. But it's not perfect. There's a little bit of a image right in here. So I'm going to go to the matte generation, go to the pedestal, and turn that all the way up. And you may have noticed that the brightness in the white came up a bit too. If I take this back down, you can see the change again. Alright, so that takes care of that green screen. What I want to bring in next is just an image of a tape measure. It's just a picture I took. I want to bring it in here, and I want to set it up so it looks as though it's sitting on the workbench. So I'll highlight that again. In Effects, I'm going to turn this scale down to about 10%. Just don't want it to be very big at all. Now if I click on the motion up here, this is highlighted and I can just drag it wherever I want it to be. So I'll set it on top of the workbench. I'll click off of the motion so it's not highlighted any longer. And now I'm going to go in and I'm going to double click on Ultra key to bring it back up here. For this one, use the color picker, pick a green, and it takes it out pretty well, but you can see an image around it right here. So again, I'm going to go to the matte generation. I'm going to boost the pedestal all the way up again, and it's not perfect, but it looks like it's sitting there. I'm not going to try messing around too much with the dimensions. That's what I've got. Then I'm going to try to bring something else in here. I'm going to bring in a photo of a vessel that I made a long time ago. It's not a really good picture. It's not a really good vessel for that matter, but it will do for this demonstration. I'm going to go back up to motion, and I'm going to scale this down to about 20%. So I'll just type in 20 in there, and that brings it way down. I'm going to use the Ultra key again, click on this green, and the green goes away. And you can see the image up here again. So I'll boost this pedestal up to 100%, should take that out. Now the problem I have is I have the white in here. And that white is not going to be easy to take out because white is one of those weird colors with so many shades in it. Also, the reflection in the vessel up here will show up, and it will be erased if I erase this white. So I'm going to use another effect. This one's called an 8-point garbage matte, and I just start typing that in. It shows up down here. Double click to bring it up in here, and now when I click on this heading, you can see how this is highlighted, and I can grab these bars and I can use those to delete that white. So I'll come in here, bring this up a little higher so I can get to the bottom, and just keep moving these around until all that white has disappeared. Then when I click off of there, you see that's in there. And now I'm just going to click on motion, grab this, move it down so it looks like it's sitting on the table, and that's finished. Now if I want to bring my image in there in the video that I had done earlier, I want it to be behind the workbench, behind the vessel, behind the tape measure, but in front of the shop wall. So I need to move everything up one layer that I want to appear to be standing behind, and then I will go back in here, grab this video, put it in here. Okay, I'll just put this in so you can see where I'm in there. I'll do the same thing, go back, find the Ultra key, double click, color picker, pick a fairly average green, boost the pedestal up all the way, and that's not too bad. There's a lot of fine tuning I could do to get it look better, but I'm pleased with that, and I hope that's good enough for a demonstration to show you a few tricks that you can do. There are a lot more things you can do, but I'm sure you can find those if you want to.
Well, thank you for joining me. I realize that's not for everyone, but maybe some other video creator out there will run with the idea and put something into their videos. Just have a little fun with it. Thank you for stopping by. I hope you'll come back next time. In the meantime, have a great day in your shop and be safe. Don't forget to subscribe. I hope to see you next time. Take care.